Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to a special edition of the 611 podcast. We're here at MLB HQ in New York City with members of the Commissioners and Ambassadors program. CAP is a group of former players co-led by myself and my main man, Young James Jimmy Rollins, who serve as ambassadors to represent the game and support its growth. Now, today's episode is going to be a hot seat rotation of our CAP members to get their takes on some of the best players in the game today. Now, without further ado, leading us off is Justin Upton. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, fellas.
So today we've got some great questions. We got one big question for you today.
What's the big question, big piece?
Let me pull it up.
Is it big because you're representing it? I mean, because you're presenting the question?
It is because, you know, as a hitter, as a former hitter, you always want to know who's going to be the people to come up in the right spots when you need a run.
But I you missed the point. So if I asked, would it be like a small question? But because you're asking us a big question?
You wanted to take it there, but, you know.
I was asking. I know how you think.
Well, I mean, because you know what? You came up in big moments, dog. So it's
so there you go with the size thing again. The big, like, okay.
All right, you can't win for losing, you know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those things.
Anyhow, I'm going to let you get back to it. But, what do we got for Jeff today, dog?
We've got the question, right? So using today's current players, right? If you need a run in the top of the ninth inning, which three hitters of anybody, any team?
No. Let's go bottom nine. There's no drama in the top of the ninth.
Okay, well then we'll go change the question. We're going to change the question.
It's the same question.
This is get that W.
We talking about the walk-off W.
Right. All
right. I mean,
it has a little more pizzazz.
Yeah, exactly. You know,
who are you bringing to the plate?
Who am I bringing
to the plate to get this run across?
In the game
this
right
is easy.
Now.
This is easy.
You need one run
right now. Well, I'm leading off the inning with Ohtani.
Ooh. Okay.
He's fast. He can end the game in one swing. And I mean, he's fairly patient. Like he can be aggressive at times.
But he's a strikeout guy.
Yeah, he's a strikeout guy. Yeah. But here's where I'm going to change the game. Is Aaron Judge is coming up behind him.
See?
So do you really want to mess around with? I mean, neither one of them you really want to mess around with. But it's the protection from Judge for me.
Okay.
All
right. So they get by Shohei. They face Judge.
Yes.
Who's protecting Judge?
Soto.
This, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? You know, J-Up.
What's that?
You all right with me, dog. You all right with me, dog. You see what he did? I mean, because managers, this is one thing they always try to do, the mix and match, right?
Right.
You don't want to have lefties back-to-back, don't want to have righties back-to-back, if you can have that balance.
Right.
And what he threw out there was a
go left,
plate
right, left.
Of beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, and Soto's the most patient out of all of them. So I know I have to get a run across, and I know he can, but the first two guys, if they're on, is trouble already.
Yeah.
And then Soto's he's gonna have a nice patient at bat, and if you make a mistake, the game's over.
I like that. I like that a lot. And that order. And that order. So because of the speed of Shohei, you want him going first because he can bop you. He get on. He's a base.
He's also going to give Judge better pitches to hit because he can steal the base.
Right.
So you got to take that into account as well.
And that stolen base is a threat.
No doubt.
Right.
So now there's a lot of stress for this pitcher.
It really is.
A lot of stress.
Because as you say, you talking about Judge getting better pitches, but Shohei's going to get better pitches because you don't want to face
you don't want to face Judge,
Mr. Judge. Soto. Mr. 60-something home runs.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you get, and that's you know
now,
what?
Do you feel that? Do you feel that even more? So let's say they get past Ohtani. Ohtani's out, but then Judge comes up. Judge gets on with Soto behind him. Like, do you think they pitch Soto a lot more careful with Judge? I mean, he can steal bases, but I mean, Ohtani's probably going to be the better base stealing threat in that situation.
Right. I think Judge is really he kind of holds it all together. He's a linchpin because he's patient, and it doesn't take a lot for him to bop you.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So he can bop you on a bad pitch. You know, I guess Ohtani can too, but like, even if you're careful with him, and I know he's very patient, but it's that one that's just off that he might get to call him, but he can reach that and flick it out.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, I feel like he's the linchpin to the whole thing because he protects Ohtani. He's very patient, but he can beat you on anything.
No
and
doubt.
Then, Soto's there because I know that it's going to be a good at bat, and for power, he's a bat the ball guy with power.
He's line, which is so beautiful. But here's so we got the lineup. I'm gonna make it freaky. Each pitcher gets one batter.
I'm gonna go different.
Okay.
Well,
so shut this down,
no. I want to see the name.
I want the names.
But I'm probably gonna go. I'm going Burns against Ohtani.
Okay. I'm listening. That's interesting.
How am I going to get Shohei Ohtani out? I have to crowd him.
Right.
Burns with the cutter.
Yep.
It's a hard cutter. Lefties don't like. You're a lefty. You don't like that.
No.
And I want to be able to crowd him with the cutter and make him uncomfortable.
I didn't see that.
Because left on left, all it takes is a mistake. But when Burns misses, it's just going to be underneath him with the cutter, with the slider, curveball, whatever, sweeper is what they call it now.
Yeah. Sweeper.
Whatever that might be, but I want everything underneath Ohtani. I don't want he can you saw the homer he hit last week where he butt out, flick it out of the yard. Like anything away from him he's comfortable with. So I want to make him uncomfortable with everything coming into him. I'm gonna go with Burns.
All right. Judge.
Judge. I mean, I'm probably
anybody off the list,
I know. Yeah. I'm probably gonna the guy is on this list. It's just I'm choosing between two of them. Do I go with Wheeler, who's got a mixed bag for him? Or do I go tall guy versus tall guy with Glasnow? And just hope the angles get messed up.
Right. And then I'm sure they have some history.
Yeah.
I'm sure they have some history.
Right.
I'm probably gonna. Yeah, I'm going Glasnow.
Isn't it crazy though? He knew exactly where he was going with it to Ohtani. Like, no, we're going Burns because I know how I want to pitch him.
Right. Right.
But with Judge, it's a little different.
It makes you uncomfortable.
He's light tower power pole to pole. It doesn't.
Right.
Yeah.
You come in, he can turn on you, go away, he'll flip you out that way.
Yeah, you got to have those guys that have that movement on the ball.
Yeah.
And that's Glasnow, and like you said, creating angles. That's so big in being able to try to get him off his game. Wheeler would be another great choice because having faced Wheeler, man, you see what that sinker can
and
do.
That movement,
he's got so much movement.
Everything moves. Like even you feel like the four seamer is a four seamer, but it's
still running arm side.
It's never straight. With Wheeler, that's what I like about him. I'm creating angles with Glasnow.
So if you're Wheeler,
okay.
So are you busting him in with Glasnow? And are you trying to run something in with Glasnow and or Wheeler, or are you trying to stay away?
Wheeler's out of the picture for me now.
Okay, so you like Glasnow.
All right,
so we understand why you like Corbin, and now why you like Glasnow versus.
If I'm the pitcher going out there, Glasnow with
Judge.
Or if I'm the pitching coach, I go out there. I'm gonna whatever he feels comfortable getting ahead with, but then we're gonna have to try to expand and finish up here. Because Glasnow has that extra little ride. Like it doesn't have to be a crazy high pitch for Judge to swing through it, but I need you to finish him up, and that's the only way you can really beat him. Because if you try to throw strikes and stay in the zone with him, he's gonna hurt you.
Right.
So I need you to get ahead, expand. I know he's patient, but I also can't take the chance of him bopping me.
Right.
So you're just gonna have to be precise, get ahead, be precise with your pitches, try to finish him with the cheese up top.
Okay, so now that takes us.
Okay.
Takes us
to maybe.
I mean, probably the prettiest swing in the game right now.
Yes.
Oh my! I'm a big fan of Juan Soto.
He's got the best take in the game.
Oh my!
He's got the best take in the game.
Everything about him. So now we're there, and there's a name that isn't on here.
That's what I'm going to.
Scooble. I like him.
Oh man, that's
right.
That's a good selection.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I really like
Juan. Scooble got that little funk to it. It's hitters don't pick it up.
Yeah.
And he's not a guy you're going to trick. You're not tricking him. And he reminds me of Bobby Bray. He gets 2 strikes and gets even better.
Yeah.
Guys that we've played with. So I'm just throwing it out there. You have your list. I threw a name out there. But it's your decision, Coach. Come on, Skip.
I think I like Scooble, but I'm not going Scooble. My first thought was Snell. But even if you start getting those super nasty breaking balls, Soto, like, for some reason can spit on that. I don't know what it is. I'm just gonna take my chances with Hader.
I like it.
I'm just taking my chances with Hader. I mean,
hard cheese, hides the ball, get that back towards you.
Yeah. He hides it well enough that I might be able to get some swings out of him. That was the reason that I set my lineup that way, is because they're all going to put together a good at bat, whether it's Hader, whether it's Glass. Now, I don't know that any of those guys could get, and vice versa. I don't know how the clash is going to go. Mm-hmm. You kind of threw me for a loop when I had to pick a pitcher for each one. If it was one, if I had to pick a closer to face all three of them,
I think you get your run. Yeah. Offensively, I think you get your run.
But if I can match up, I think this is just a stalemate. Well, the pitching beats hitting every time. So I think with that matchup, I'm going Hader, and I'm saying, hey, Soto, you gotta barrel up 96, 97 miles an hour from the left side, hiding from you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I like it.
I like that.
I like it. There it is.
Very nice. Very nice.
611 with Jay up. Appreciate you, dog.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, bro.
Thanks for having me.
All right, everybody. Here at the 611 podcast, our next guest right here, one of the great, not just baseball grinders, but one of the great baseball minds, Jed Lowrie. Jed, and we've got you here for the perfect question.
All right. The perfect set of questions.
The perfect set of questions. You get to play manager. You can put your managerial hat on.
Okay, and I'd be remiss. Did you wear the Stanford colors on purpose today? Is that what we got going on?
I mean, you Stanford, Missouri State colors.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you
kind of look like the tree thing that they run around with over there.
It's the color
on that
Jimmy,
side of the base.
Color. It's the color.
Okay.
It's the color.
I mean, he has the color. I got the green.
You got the green.
I got the green.
Yeah, so we got it. So he's perfect. He's perfect.
Exactly.
He's perfect.
I would want to say we did this on purpose, but I don't know. We're not that good.
But we can, though.
We can.
All right.
Because
we knew Jay was coming on.
I mean,
so we got Stanford colors. We got the cardinal tree. So you should feel right at home.
Right at home.
I do.
Right at home. So now you get to put your managerial hat on.
Okay.
So
you ready?
The question that we have for you. All right. You get to pick any three current guys in the game today.
Okay.
You need one run.
You need one run, bottom of the ninth.
Bottom of the ninth.
Okay.
Who are those three guys to get you that run?
So like 1, 2, 3 coming up?
Yes.
Okay. Soto's leading off.
Oh, okay.
Because the on base I honestly I would probably go Soto. Actually, I'm going to take that back. I'm going to go Schwarber, Soto, Judge.
Ooh,
lefty, righty, in that order.
Yeah, because I trust Schwarber to go up there, either get on base or hit a homer. And if he doesn't, I trust Soto to get on, and then Judge to get an extra base hit.
Okay, but Schwarber on base, does that become a liability? Or are you looking at the potential of him bopping versus him getting on base?
Yeah, I mean, you didn't ask me the Dave Roberts question, right? Like, do I have a pinch runner, right?
Right. It's just these three hitters. That's
but still, I mean, just in terms of value proposition and getting one run, right? Because Schwarber can, all three of those guys can score a run with one swing of the bat, right?
They're already in scoring position.
Already in scoring position, and so I'm looking at the guys that have that ability that have a high on base percentage plus the slug, right? And so I think all three of those guys scare pitchers enough to either pitch around them and put them in a position to get on base.
Okay, so
and I trust. So if Schwarber can't, if Schwarber doesn't get on base, even if he does get on base, I mean, I'm not looking for him to steal the base, because the two guys like Soto and Judge can get that extra base hit. And even if it's a first to third, then you got Judge with first and third and nobody out.
That's I like the way you broke that down, like you said.
I like that.
I'm not looking for Schwarber to steal a base, because you want the guys behind him to get pitched to. Leave that first base open. That gives them the option.
Yeah, especially with Schwarber. If Schwarber, let's say Schwarber walks, right? Now first baseman's got to hold him on, and you got the second baseman with the new rules, right? You got the second baseman to cover essentially the whole right side of the infield. Opens up holes for Soto.
Very nice.
Okay, so then we get the Judge. So, traditionalists would think left, right, left.
Sure.
Because there's you present better matchup problems for a pitcher. So you went left, right, which I find very interesting. What is your thought process going left, right, as opposed to flipping them?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think once again, if Schwarber gets on with that first, then it opens up that hole on the right side for Soto. So now he can take a bigger swing, right?
Okay.
Because I know my miss, right, left-handed, how I'm probably sure the same.
A little more hook.
Exactly, it's the hook because now all of a sudden you can swing a little bit bigger, and if you miss, the hole is open.
Right.
And now it leads to that first and third. Because I trust Schwarber enough to be a good base runner.
Which he is.
He's a great base runner. He's not going to steal you bases, but he's a great base runner. So he's going to go first to third.
Yeah, and I think to that point, to where Jed's talking about with Schwarber on first, even if Soto gets that rollover, more so in the hole, the second baseman's got a choice to make. If he gets to that ball and he tries to turn two, he's probably not going to be able to because he's going further in the hole. So he can get Schwarber at second, but now you got Soto on first with Judge coming up, and I mean Judge can get you either way.
Yeah, and
how
from
you want to do it.
Yeah, and from a bat control's perspective, right? Like Soto has the bat control. Like if the second baseman plays him in the hole, he's got the ability to hit the ball up the middle.
Right.
So if they shift on him, then I would trust him to be able to recognize that and try to hit the ball more up the middle.
Okay. So I like the way you're looking at it.
Yeah.
A good base runner is not going to steal you bases. You're not in for that. A guy behind him who, in my opinion, has the prettiest swing in baseball. And like you said, bat control. He doesn't swing at just anything. Plate discipline's crazy. 2 strikes, even better, which is crazy. And then you got the big bopper Judge right behind him.
Right.
Well, that's cool. I'm glad you have that. So now you're the manager on the other side now.
Okay.
You have to oppose them.
Okay.
Each pitcher gets 1 batter.
Okay, so we're taking the 3 batter
So we're taking the 3 batter out.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. Back to old school baseball. You get 3 pitchers to oppose Schwarber, Soto, and Judge that are in the game right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have a list if you need.
I was just going to say.
Can we get the list?
Let's get the
Can we
list.
get the manager
Perfect.
the list?
Bring that over.
Yeah,
Please.
Okay.
And there
be
are going to be some names that you'll see, you'll recognize obviously on there, that might inspire you to think of other names that aren't on there.
Right.
I want to see how you oppose your own lineup.
So here's the list. But again, it can
Those
be
are the
anybody.
only guys I get to pick.
No. This is just a list to get the wheels spinning.
Yeah, okay.
But if you have people outside the list,
One person on there or a couple people that
Right.
I'd like are Scooble,
Yeah.
Hader, for the lefties
Yes.
up there. Plenty of righties.
Who? I'm trying to think who's.
Chapman's still out there throwing 105.
I was just gonna say.
So you can't. They're guys.
And then who was it? Scott that just got traded from Miami to San Diego, the closer.
Yeah.
And he's an upper 90s lefty.
Yep.
I do love Mason Miller
Love Mason.
to face Judge. So I'll take Mason Miller with Judge.
Okay. So all right. Now
how are you?
Why are you taking Miller?
How are you
against
pitching him
Judge?
to?
Yeah, I mean,
What matchup do you see? I guess is the better question.
well, I think statistically speaking, I'm taking the right on right and left on left matchups, right? Because I think especially with the high spin rate, guys now, like I'm taking the pitches that are going to break away from guys because of the high spin rate, and obviously Mason Miller is sitting 100, 101 with a good slider. So I think that's no matchup against Judge is good, but I'm going to take the guy. I'm going to take the guy that has the high velo with the high spin rate in that situation.
Got it.
So I'll take my chances with that. He's a young guy, right? Like I guess if we're talking about Game 7 of the World Series, is he battle tested in that moment? No, but I'm going to take the talent,
chances. Yeah.
right? I'm going to take the talent and put him in that situation because I think he's got an opportunity to succeed.
Understood.
And then
all right. So we got Miller.
Yeah, Miller against Judge. And then I don't see a lot of lefties on this, and I'd be more prone to put a guy that is used to coming out of the bullpen and blowing it out than a starter, right? Like there's a lot of starters on that list. So I'm trying to think of the other dominant lefty relievers in the game right now. Like, I know Chapman is throwing hard, but Scott is the one that, comes to mind.
No Hader.
Hader. I think, actually that's another, I just saw him pitch the other night. He's still throwing upper 90s. So I think, okay, so if I'm thinking about it, like, I'm probably I'm probably throwing Hader against Schwarber.
I like that.
I like
and
that.
then and then Scott against Soto, and then Miller against Judge.
Tell us the Hader. Geez, what am I?
The Hader Schwarber
Hader
matchup.
Schwarber,
Yeah.
and then
the
a Scott Soto
matchup.
Yeah, so I like the Hader, little lower release point, high spin rate, got that like jumping fastball, and so given that Schwarber's a little bit more of a I don't want to say free swinger, but he's going to take bigger swings than Soto.
more of a swing and miss guy.
Yeah, more of a swing and miss guy.
keep
Like
that
I
thing
think,
100.
yeah, not that Scott is like we're splitting hairs with these guys, but if I'm looking at Hader, he's going to be with that release point. He's going to have that like more run, higher spin rate. The ball looks like it's going to rise a little bit more. So I think you could get Schwarber to chase
That
the
hole up there.
fastball
Yep,
up.
I agree.
Fastball up.
Exactly.
I agree.
And then I think Scott a little more over the top with a harder slider down. I think is a better matchup against Soto.
So and that's interesting because Judge, you want it breaking away.
Yep.
Schwarber, you want that ball running up under his hands because
Yeah.
he'll swing and miss at that.
Yep.
And once again to Soto,
Yep.
you're going with the good stuff, but breaking away.
Right.
And that's a GM slash
That's
manager
it.
slash
It's a
Stanford guy.
It's a beautiful mind, man.
I
It's a
got
beautiful mind.
to poke at him other side of the bay. Spent a lot of time in the bay, but he on the other side of the bay. But yet he came over to the East Bay and had a hell of a career there too.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Put down for the city.
Yeah.
But Jed,
Yeah.
it's been a pleasure, man.
Hey,
It's
thank
been
you
a
for
pleasure,
having me,
bro.
brain.
Thank you for coming out, man.
You taught us something. It's always good to get perspectives because as players, I think we all have our own way of running the game.
Yep.
And it's nice to hear what you have to say and the reasons why. So
Yeah.
appreciate you playing the game, brother.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for
Appreciate
having
you
me.
for coming
No
out,
doubt.
bro.
Yep.
All right, young James.
Yes, sir.
This next person here, I want to say what this might be the first picture that we've had.
It's not Mike.
Yeah.
No, it's second.
No, it's the
CC.
second
We
one
had
besides CC. Yeah,
but
yeah.
this role of being a closer.
Yes.
is different, completely different than being a starter.
Exactly.
Like starters have a sense.
Yes.
They have a sense. Closers,
That's what I meant.
you got to kind of be like maniacal out there.
Yeah, you gotta be a
like,
little insane.
those last 3 outs.
Yeah.
Different mindset.
Which is why this is.
As you say, it's a different mindset.
Yes.
But speaking of mindsets, when someone looks at you, they don't think baseball. There's no chance.
No. First question is
First of all, Dylan Betances, everyone.
Yes.
Dylan Betances.
Dylan, welcome to the 611.
Welcome to the
Yes, thank you.
611.
Thank you.
We'll do things a little differently around here.
Yes.
Thank you. I love that.
No
I love
doubt.
that.
So, as I was saying, the first impression is not that you're a baseball player. Why baseball?
Well, first impression is basketball, right? So for me, I grew up playing basketball. I was just better at baseball. Baseball came easier. I could throw pretty hard and at a young age. And, basketball is tough, man. You got to be able to jump out the gym. And I feel like for baseball, it was just easier for me.
I like
to me.
it. I like it. I mean, I love playing basketball too, but I had to guard dudes like Dylan.
And then you realize
And
you
then
should
I
go ahead and hit home
realized
runs.
that like when those dudes that are Dylan size had the handles of a point guard, I was like, yeah, I might as well
Yeah.
go ahead and stick to
But
baseball.
right,
That's
you
not
always
working.
said you was quick. You should have been.
I was, hey man, look, I was a defensive specialist, bro. Like, they call me Handcuffs Howard back in high school, bro. They used to put me on the best dude on the other team.
Dylan,
so
what you-
I used to
I
put
mean, that
him
was
on lock.
Dylan.
Yeah,
Dylan, was
I
he
get-
just
I'm just
straight
saying,
up
bro,
answer?
it is
I
what
hear
it
you.
is.
Straight up
It
answer.
is what it is.
Dylan, was he guarding you?
Nah, he wasn't guarding.
He wasn't guarding.
Nah,
Come on, bro.
I played against a lot. I played against Amari Stoudemire growing up, like Sebastian Telfair. So
That's
those
okay.
guys were like different level. But yeah, Ryan Howard had no chance.
Before we
Just give me the
slide,
ball, give me the ball.
because
Hey,
now,
yeah, I'll be
because
all
like
right.
this, Before
Yeah,
we slide to the baseball side of things, man, look, don't
Uh-huh.
get it twisted, bro. I used to get down in the forest all the way. They call me the lumberjack down low, bro. I used to chop them trees down, bro.
Chop him
I
down.
used to chop them down, bring them down to my size, man.
You see, you
So
get
it's
that
like,
laugh over
unless
there.
unless
I don't- it wasn't even.
Dylan-
It was like
unless Dylan got me out on the
I was a
perimeter
lot,
or something like that.
thinner in high school, so maybe. But
He was-
So was
he.
I. So was
So
I.
was
yeah,
he.
so he had no chance.
So was I. Man, well, we'll never know.
Yeah.
We'll never know. But, Dylan, we want to take you here and ask you, the big question here is, you've got the bottom of the ninth.
Yeah.
You get to choose from any players, any three hitters in the current game today.
You need one run.
And you need one run.
I got
Who
three
are those?
hitters.
You get three hitters you
So-
get to choose from
And
in the current game.
how you
line
line
them up.
And how you line 'em up.
exactly.
Okay,
1, 2,
so
3.
Yes.
Bobby Witt 1, Juan Soto 2, Aaron Judge 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like that.
Please
Yeah.
elaborate.
I like that.
Elaborate.
I mean,
So let's go into
So we're going.
so
we
why
got,
you
we got-
chose that
we got-
because
so we got left, right.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We went right, left, right, which
Yes,
is
yes.
traditional.
Great.
Traditional.
Yes,
You know, we had some guy, position players, obviously, Lowrie had him on, and he went left, right, with Schwarber, Soto, and Judge.
Right.
And
Jay Up went right,
left, right, and you're doing the same
I got
thing.
the best
So
lineup
let's
so far.
explain
Do
it.
I have the best lineup so far? That's
It's
Well,
subjective.
it's
I mean,
subjective.
we had Shohei,
Yep.
Soto, and Judge.
I could put Shohei in there, but I could definitely put Shohei. I just wanted to put somebody that's, like somebody that is younger, right?
Yeah,
like a
and
rising star like Bobby Witt,
and he can score in many ways.
Exactly, he can steal bases. And Juan Soto, I mean, you're talking about probably the best hitter in the past 5
Definitely
or 6
pretty
years.
swing for sure.
He's going to get on base. And then Aaron Judge, I mean, he's driving guys in at a high pace and hitting 330. So I think my lineup is up there. I could have put Shohei in there, but I'll stick with my lineup.
I'm not mad at
No,
that.
I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
I
mad
love
at it
that.
at all.
I love that.
Bobby Witt's in like close to 350, if not 350. He's going to steal a base. You have Juan Soto that has great patience at the plate. So he'll draw a walk if he has to, or, he could drive in Bobby. And then we got Aaron Judge, who's the best hitter in my eyes. So, I think my lineup is great.
I really do
Yeah,
like that Bobby Witt Jr.
Yeah.
call. That slipped my mind.
That's-
We've been so focused on the big three, the obvious big three.
Yeah.
And this isn't a slight to anybody. There's so many guys that will come up in that moment that we've seen come through time and time again. But if we're going to pick three guys, it just seems so obvious. So the fact that you went outside the box, I love it because the kid's hitting 347 or 337 the first half, 417 since the All-Star break, stealing bases. And if you're on the offense side of the ball, there isn't anything he can hit the ball in the gap. He could take you deep. You get him on base. He's stealing.
Right?
So I mean, I love it.
Very versatile.
So that's the easy part, right?
Yeah.
And this is where, we're gonna really have you break it down. You get one pitcher for each batter.
One pitcher
per batter.
Right.
Somebody for Witt, somebody for Soto, somebody for Judge. And we have a list if you need it, but
No, I don't need a
that's
list.
Perfect.
So I'm going straight.
See, position players, we need that. We
Right, we needed that
pitchers.
list, yeah.
We focus on who the hitters are.
I mean, does it have to be a starter? It can be.
No,
it can be whoever you want.
So
Whoever
since
you
I'm,
want.
since I'm a
You are the
reliever,
manager.
I'm going with three relievers.
Money,
Okay.
beautiful.
Okay.
And then why? We're talking about how the matchup guys. You
Yeah.
sit as a reliever. This
My
guy
relievers could get any of them out. That's just my take. I mean, obviously, I picked a great lineup, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick. Let me see. I know for Juan Soto, I want Clase.
Ooh.
Okay.
We haven't
talking
heard
about
that one
the
yet.
best-
we have not.
We have not heard Class A yet.
I mean,
Filthy. Whew.
Last 4 or 5 years, you're talking about, they compare numbers to Mariano. Obviously, Mariano won for about 3 World Series to that point, but numbers are very alike. So Class A, I'll take him for Soto. Obviously, Cutter, lefty, which fares well.
Wow.
I got Mason Miller facing
Love him.
Aaron Judge.
Love them. Yep. We
So
had that
then-
call.
we had another call,
So
yep.
we have that
Another
one.
Mason Miller.
And then with Bobby Witt, I wonder what's their matchup, but I'll probably go Duran with Minnesota.
Oh.
I wonder because they're in the same division, so I wonder what's their head-to-head. But hopefully Duran got him. If not, I failed at that one. But that's somebody that
On top of that, we talking about 100 plus everybody out there.
Right.
Arms.
Yeah.
Right.
Filthy movement.
Right.
But it's
different movement too. right?
different.
Like,
And okay, so you explained why you like Class A against Juan Soto. You like the cutter.
Yeah.
You want to try to crowd him in. You don't
Yes.
want to leave anything out over the plate.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
you still have that movement away when it
Exactly.
needs
That
to.
sinker.
That sinker, power sinker,
Right.
cutter at 99.
yes.
It's just crazy.
Unhittable. He's unhittable. Mason Miller, I just picked him against Judge because I think he struck him out this year.
Right.
So I like that.
I like the matchup, and obviously he's been super electric. Been fun to watch him. But probably one of the most electric stuff out of the bullpen. And then with Duran, also a guy that throws above 100 and has that splinker. So I think if he goes up with the fastball, splinker down, he has a good chance against Bobby Witt. But we can pull the numbers. Hopefully, I'm right. Maybe.
I don't think there's a right or wrong. That's the whole thing. Is very subjective, and I'm glad that we got to ask you this question because as position players, we don't think how to close a game.
Right.
We know guys that we think are nasty, guys that we've seen have success. You're looking at it from the mound down.
Yes.
We're looking at it from the plate out.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're in that situation, you're coming up. You have your selections, but as Dylan Betances, you're facing that guy. He knows your job.
Yeah.
You know his job. Something's going to happen. Most of the time, you guys are going to win. How are you solving that puzzle?
For me, the biggest thing was what can I start this hitter out with? So is he going to be aggressive first pitch or is he going to take first pitch? So then I will try to, maybe if he's taking first pitch, I could throw my breaking balls a lot for strikes, so I would try to flip that in there. And then maybe, if I can play the fastball up with that, I would try that, see how he reacts to it. If he swings foul ball, I can now throw my spike curveball right off that plane with fastball up, try to use that spike curveball, same plane, and just let it work. And a lot of times I got a lot of swing and misses that way, so that's the biggest thing for me.
If he doesn't swing at that fastball up, then what's that approach look like?
If he doesn't swing at the fastball,
And it's a good take.
And it's a good take.
Yeah, I mean, I can go back to the softer breaking ball and play it off that same plane, and hopefully I land it outside in the outside strike zone, and then I could go back with the fastball up, and hopefully I get a swing. I got to make sure that he sees the same plane. I can't just start like fastball down for me. Let's say I throw a fastball down and I throw a breaking ball there, he might not swing at that. But if I can start it a little higher and start the breaking ball in the same plane, I feel like I have a good chance.
Man, this is such a great thing about this game is that I don't think a lot of the people out there get to understand the mental that goes in it, the cat and mouse that goes into the game, the chess that takes place between the pitchers and the hitters. Because that's why I asked you about that, right? When you say, I'm going to throw this fastball up, if I can get a swing and miss or a foul ball, then I'm going to throw this pitch right off of the slider, the breaking ball, right off of it on the same plane to trick his eyes.
Yes,
to be able to have him go for it.
Yeah, so he laid off the fastball up. So if I throw the breaking ball now, same plane, well, he's like, oh, it's a fastball.
Right,
right?
Fastball,
so
right.
Now it's a strike, right? So like facing you and let's say we're runners on, if they tell me, all right, Ryan's aggressive with runners in scoring position, then I'm going to try to bounce you a breaking ball first pitch, and I'm hoping that you swing at it. Now I'm all one, right? So, it just depends. That's the way I
It's a beautiful dance, bro.
And how much of it is this? You have that information. Right, Ryan's aggressive in a situation, or he takes in a situation. How much of that factors into? And I talked to Pedro a lot about this. What you have that day, also, because I don't. I haven't thrown this. I'm fatigued. My breaking ball hasn't been as sharp. Now I know what I want to do, but I also have to take into account where I am. That day on the mound, what is or isn't working.
Right.
How much does that factor into now what you're going to do? Let's say something just hasn't felt right, and you're facing a guy, and the report says I need to do this, but I'm not there.
Well, I mean, for me, obviously, the biggest thing is as a bullpen guy, whatever happens in the bullpen, you can't take out in the game. So I might have a shitty breaking ball in the bullpen, but when I come in, it might be on, right? But let's say in your scenario where it's like, man, it's flat on the bullpen and it's flat in the game, I'm gonna try to use his aggressiveness, but not try to stay away from his red zones or obviously if I can I'm gonna go back to probably something that is on the upper hand of the strike zone with my fastball. And I had two different breaking balls, so at times one of them will be off, but the other one will be on. So I'll just eliminate the one that's off that day. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to throw the slow one today. obviously Ryan won't know that, or yourself, Jimmy, you won't know that going in, but
Right.
I might just eliminate it and go to the harder one early. So
Solid, man.
yeah.
In the mind of a relief pitcher,
They're different.
it's a different animal.
They're different. There's
It's a
no
different
stretching
mentality.
out. There's no setting up hitters for the
Yeah.
second and bat. It's all right now.
Yeah.
I'm giving you my all right there in that moment. Like
Yeah.
the best thing as coming out of the bullpen is when they open those doors, you literally feel like you're going into a boxing ring, and it's just me and you. And the adrenaline you get off of that is no feeling like that. Because I started in the minors, and I'm like, for me, it took like, I had to get guys on to get that extra
Right,
gear.
right.
Where out of the bullpen, you have it right away, and that was the difference for me. That's why I became so successful once I got moved to the bullpen.
Let's talk about that. A bullpen for the pinstripes, where the great Mariano basically set the tone for any closer ever. But is it different knowing that no matter where you are coming out that bullpen as a closer, you're stepping into that legacy of a great Yankee closer?
I mean, best to ever do it to this day. I mean, just watching him, getting a chance to play with him, seeing how he kind of went around his game, about his game. Just the way he's able to turn the clock, good or bad. He's kind of comes in the same routine every day. I feel like you following those footsteps kind of helps you out, but it's hard to fill in those shoes. I mean, you're talking about a guy that came in and had success right away. They won so many World Series. So if you can even have your name mentioned around him, you feel good about that. But getting a chance to watch him was pretty amazing.
Dope.
Nope.
Man, that's
Dylan, heck of a lineup. I love the strategy. I love the choices.
Yeah.
On both
offensively
sides.
on both
On
both
both
sides.
sides.
The
Yeah.
Witt
This was
Jr. was
great.
like, oh,
This was great.
we almost
I'm
forgot
glad.
about him,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
like it. So thanks for spending some time with us, man. We're glad to have you here. Glad you're able to be a part of what we're doing with the 611. Obviously,
sir.
with CAP, this is our membership. It's a brotherhood. Baseball doesn't end just because we step off the field.
And thank you for having me. I love what you guys are doing, and I'll continue to tune in.
Yes, sir.
Sure.
Appreciate it.
it.
Yeah.
And we are greeted today with Mr. Nice Beard, Super Smile, Catch My MLB Network. The man is smooth.
Yes, he is.
Smooth.
Yes, he is.
Smooth like that forehead of his. You feel me?
Stop it. Take your hat
Mr. Chris,
off.
we shiny brothers together. You know what I'm talking about?
man, here we go.
CY, Chris Young, man. Thank you for
Welcome
being
to the
here,
show, brother.
joining
Welcome to
us.
the show.
You know what? Hey, man, this is a pleasure for me to be on the other side. I was just interviewing y'all boys during the All-Star game. We were just talking about, man, you guys are my idols.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate you letting me come jump in with
Is that
y'all.
ageism right there?
You were older than me. Both of y'all are much older than me. So
Much?
much
it
older than me.
started
Wow.
Y'all are
You see?
officially.
It started out as flattery, and it just took a very wrong turn.
real quick.
Oh,
I mean,
isn't
it went
OG a
south
compliment? Y'all are OGs.
So-
That's
so-
a compliment.
Okay, I understand
I mean,
that. How old
yeah.
are you? How old are you?
I just turned. I'm fresh 40. I'm fresh.
Okay, so you're in the
fresh.
club. You're in the club.
Okay, I mean,
That's cool.
I feel you. I hear you. Okay, you know what? Look, maybe it's our turn to be uncle. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Maybe it's our turn.
absolutely. Embrace it,
happens.
brother. Embrace
It
it.
happens. I appreciate
cool.
it, man.
That's all right.
You know,
That's
but
all right.
but on the real though, see why you smooth, man. I watch
Thank
you on TV. I'm a big fan
Bro.
of what you do.
Likewise.
The way you break it down. Very knowledgeable about the game, which is we already knew this. You're a first rounder. What pick were you?
16th rounder.
16th rounder.
But I felt like a first rounder.
well, you felt
after
like-
you get to the big leagues, you feel like one of the
my bad.
dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a grind
I
out
stand
there.
corrected.
It's real in these
There
streets.
was a one in
Right.
there.
There
There was a
was-
one in there.
I think you were thinking of the other Chris Young. He was a first rounder.
There we go.
Yeah.
And he taking my shine.
There you go. Which is why you want to change your name when you got to the big leagues.
when
You
he
were
got
talking about
when
that.
he got drafted, my phone was ringing. I'm like, let's go. And so I make the phone calls, and it's like, y'all just pick me up. They're like, who is this? It's Chris Young. Y'all just drafted me in the first round. Let's go. Sorry, wrong number. Like,
wow.
that's all right.
Man.
Get them
Wow.
next time. We'll catch you 15 rounds later, and then you'll both make it and have successful careers. So it's still a win. We all good.
Hey, we
No
made it.
hard
We made
feelings.
it.
We made it.
So you
We
know
made
what? I'm glad I brought the first round thing up. 'Cause that is something we would not have known about.
not have known that.
He was trying to jump straight into
We would
what we
not
got
have
next.
known
But
that.
no, we like to break it down,
Absolutely.
man. But for real though, like I said, I've been a fan. I'm watching bro, you doing your thing,
Thank you.
bro.
Thank you.
You're doing your thing.
No, it's been great, bro. I echo every sentiment that Jimmy's said, man. Like, I've enjoyed watching you do your stuff, man. So, but today, you got to put on your managerial hat,
Which you do.
which you do all the time. So this is like I said, this is a walk in the park for you.
And I don't know about that.
It's a walk in the park,
and you
bro.
cover
You got
baseball, so I mean, we got some help up here, so you can make decisions.
You got a cheat sheet
on
for
the
you. You got
pitcher
a cheat
side
sheet.
because we're hitters.
All right.
On the pitcher side, but I'm gonna go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
Yeah,
and
we're
set that
gonna
up.
start
Go
it
ahead and
off
set
with
that
the
up, Ryan.
hitters, okay?
All right.
Bottom of the ninth, okay? You need 1 run.
Okay.
You get to select 3 hitters, any 3 hitters in the
game right
today.
now.
In the game
Current
right
players.
now.
Current
Current
players.
players.
All
Any
right.
3 hitters. Who you putting as your 3 hitters to get that run across?
in the order.
Run across. And in
that
that order.
In that order.
Oh.
And in that
In what
order.
order?
That okay. All right. I think I'm going Mook gonna lead off for me.
Okay, another new name.
Okay,
There you go.
okay.
Love it.
Mook gonna lead off
I'm
for me.
surprised it took him that,
I was
took
waiting,
that
I
long
know,
for
Mookie to
Mook
come
hit
up.
the lead.
Oh,
But go ahead.
good for me. You know, that's my
Okay.
boy. Everybody else should have showed some respect. But and then we're gonna go Juan Soto
Okay.
Okay.
in the
Yep.
2 spot, and then I got to take Aaron Judge in the 3
Man,
spot. I
there it
mean,
is.
There it is.
Bro, there
Look,
it
the
is.
2 and 3 are
the
solidified.
same.
oh,
The same.
absolutely.
They are
It's that
solidified.
first guy that's been bouncing around. And look,
Right.
I mean, it's a win either way. It's a win either way. Now, why? Why Mookie? Why Juan? Why Aaron?
Mook, I think there's probably some bias in there. Mook was an ex-teammate of mine when I played in Boston, and I've seen him come through in clutch moments, and I just know the level of competitor that he is. So this is not really digging into numbers or going through stats of any kind of situation. It's just this is what the eye test, this is where the eye test comes into play and says, man, this dude is a clutch player. I want him on my team. I love the energy that he's bringing. And I know with the game is on the line, he'll come through for me. And you just can't keep your eyes off of what Soto and Judge have been doing this season. I understand they on the same team, but this is the best 2-3 combo that I've ever seen. No offense to the Philly boys or any other team that have had these powerhouses, but what Soto and Judge are doing on just this season alone
Yeah,
Bananas.
It's insane.
is absolutely unbelievable. And there's so many other names out there. Freddie Freeman that you want to throw into the mix. Shohei Ohtani that you want to throw into the mix. And if you talk about leadoff hitters, you can even bring a Steven Kwan into the mix
Yeah.
as far as a great leadoff hitter of guys that I would want to put in there. But if you're only going to give me 3,
That's
sometimes
it.
you got to make those tough decisions. And that is what it is.
Interesting.
I like it.
like
Like it took a while. I was wondering when someone's going to say Mookie, and it's
I've
not
been saying
disrespect to
that.
anyone else. You know, it's not a slight to who isn't.
Yeah.
You know, put
Yeah.
into this list. But we're going with what we like, and it's very subjective. Like you chose Mookie because you like him, ex teammate, but the dude can.
He got
ball.
hardware. He got
He
hardware
ball.
to
You
back
feel me?
up what I'm saying. This is not just Phil. You're talking about MVPs. You're talking about guys who are doing things, especially at his size, that nobody else in the game is doing. So I love Mook just as a motivation to all players that it doesn't take just an Aaron Judge size player to go out there and be a superstar. You got players of all sizes in this game, and Mook is one of those guys who can jump out there, buck 85,
And
soaking
snatch you,
wet,
snatch
and
you.
absolutely catch you left center, right center, no matter where
No
it
matter
is,
where.
and be the ultimate clutch player.
And lean back on him. Yeah,
Got him.
back.
I like that.
Okay, so I like that. I love your lineup. Now you have to pick a pitcher to face each one of those batters. It could be a reliever, it could be a starter, but in the game today. And then tell us why you choose that to oppose each hitter. 1 pitcher per batter. And we have a list up here if you need some.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
I'm definitely. So I get 3 different pitchers.
3 different pitchers.
Now, they don't
Old
have
school
to be-
baseball.
Yeah,
They don't-
they don't have to be on that list.
I'm
They can
probably.
be
I may
whoever
not
you
pull
want.
off that list, but I'm gonna go Emmanuel Clase.
Who was he
Okay.
for?
He's facing Mookie.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Clase is gonna face Mook, and he gonna try to throw that sinker in up under his hands. And I mean, he just ain't nobody hitting Clase. And good pitching should be good hitting. You don't know how that's gonna play out, but that's what I'm going for. For Soto, oh my goodness, this is where I probably got to go with a Framber Valdez.
Ooh,
Somebody like
filthy.
that. I think
said
I think
that
I
earlier.
think he'll
Yeah,
go
I said
up
that.
and in.
I like that.
He'll come up, and I know he's a sinker ball guy, but he still has the ability to come up and in under his hands, which I've seen Soto have a little trouble. Every blue moon, if he's not looking for it, you can catch him slipping up in here a little bit. And you need somebody with a big breaking ball, a big snappy breaking ball that has some sweep on it. And it's only two hitters that I really think about. I think of Soto and I think of Yordan Alvarez, to where you really need a lefty that can really run it away from you a little bit. And I think that curveball that Framber throws, he can have Soto looking a little uncomfortable.
Okay.
So I go with that. And then my last hitter is Judge. I mean, you know what? I mean, let's go Mason Miller.
I like that. I like it.
Let's go. I mean, Mason
We've
Miller.
had a Mason Miller Judge call. Yeah.
He's one of my favorite pitchers in the game right now. You know what? No. Take that back.
Scratch that.
Take that back.
Remix.
I'm going to bring another starter pitcher into the equation.
Okay. A starter.
Paul Skeens, dog.
Paul
Skeens. I'm sorry.
That's a first.
Bro, Paul Skeens, I'm not saying I was a doubter when he came in, but the expectations were so high that you're like, you know what, man, it's really not fair to this kid to have these level of expectations on him. But to see how he's been able to come into the game, bro, he's way more than a thrower. And we're being spoiled by him because we're so used to seeing all these throwers. Yeah, everybody throws hard. You watch him go out there and do his thing, bro. He got a little side slinginess to it. Ball moving all over the place. The splinker is in play.
Yeah.
I think he's a guy who makes a lot of hitters uncomfortable, and Judge hasn't had the opportunity to see him enough times to know the adjustment he needs to make on him. So if I'm just catching him fresh early, huge advantage Paul Skeens right now.
Yeah, I like that.
I like the Framber Valdez because this
big.
like we know he has a good changeup. We know he has like really 3 different breaking balls. He can throw them at different depths and different speeds. But what we sleep on, he still throws 97 with movement.
Yeah.
And we on.
I mean, just here.
Yeah.
Bro,
As a lefty,
I don't care if you lefty or righty.
Well, I mean,
you're
it gives you so much to think about, bro. Because like you said, you got 97, and you got the splinker, you got the sweeper. Like as a hitter, bro, you just it's so much to try to take in because you really have to try to focus on one pitch.
Think about the starters you face, Ryan. Who was a starter that was a true sinker baller from the left side?
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could think of like a Johnny Venters from the bullpen, but as a starter, a lefty starter, that's something that you just not seeing on a regular basis.
No.
Somebody running that thing. That's what righties have to deal with all the time.
Velocity, with velo.
Lefties spoiled, man. Righties, we had to see that kind of stuff all the time. Righties always coming in. You ain't never had to experience this stuff, man. Y'all boys spoiled, man. It was hard on us in these streets, man.
Hey, you know, I put in my work, young player, to be a switch hitter. I knew what I was going to be up against and what I didn't want to be up against. I said, I'm hit from both sides. You're not taking me out this game. That's what you're not going to do.
Well, I can tell you that, man, because I definitely had my experiences with Johnny Venters, and they were not fun, bro. They were not fun at all.
Zach Britton, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
oh, my gosh.
Britton was tough. Britton had that little kind of like short arm hitch to it. And it was just, I was like, bro, this ain't right. Like,
some nasty boys out there, man.
Bro. It was nasty.
Yeah.
It was nasty.
So, to get it right, we got Mookie Betts, Juan Soto, Judge, opposing
Class A.
Class A for Mookie was
Class A for Mookie. Framber for
Soto.
That's
for Soto.
Every time you say that, that's a nasty matchup, bro.
Yeah, it is.
I don't think anybody can.
And then we're gonna put Skeens on the big stage.
Skeens.
Man.
You swapped out Mason Miller.
I love him
for Paul Skeens.
I love him. You know what I'm saying? Let's challenge Skeens. Let's put him in the heat.
Yeah,
early on, dog. I love it.
2 big boys going at it. Some heavyweights right there.
Oh man,
some
that's
heavyweights.
must see TV right there.
That's velo versus wherever you throw it. Basically, wherever you throw it, you know I can touch you.
Oh yeah.
You know that's that big piece stuff. Like wherever you pole to pole.
Every once and again, try to run into one.
Nah, come on.
That's what it is.
He was doing more than that.
You know.
Every time Big Philly come up to the plate, I'm backing up 3-4 steps.
Hey, am I right? You were the fastest at 200?
Yes.
And he was the fastest at 300.
He's the fastest 300. Yeah.
Judgy,
Yeah.
100 and
how does that make you feel?
100 and 200.
100 and 200.
How does that make you feel when you the trophy holder? Do you really pull for your peers like they come after you? Are you really pulling for them to be greater than you?
Records are made to be broken.
Do you want people breaking yours though?
I mean, not really, but if you're gonna do it, man, it's just. But you know what though? To see what Aaron Judge is doing, and like when I had my season in like 2006, it was like video game type stuff.
Yeah, it was.
So it was like I remember going to Jimmy one time. I think I hadn't hit a home run in like 2 weeks or something. I was like, bro, I ain't got it no more, bro. And I think I hit like 2 homers that day or whatever. I was like, man, I'm struggling, bro. I ain't got it.
Right.
But it's like to see what he's been doing. And I think like, what was it, like last week or something like that? He had hit like 7 or 8 home runs or something like that. 7 homers in 8 games or something like that. So to be able to go on those kind of tears, bro, is so much.
What does that,
like,
what does that feel like?
Fun, bro. It's like you can't. It's one of those things to where when you walk up, when you show up to the ballpark, it's like it don't matter who's pitching, don't matter what you gonna throw. Like I'm getting it. Like the ball is literally a beach ball, and you just in a zone where, bro, everything you touch is going out.
Yeah, see, us mortals, we feel that for a week at a time.
It was the way he was saying, like we were familiar with that feeling. Like we're not.
I mean, look, bro,
we're not.
He get that blood, that bat out. He get that, that shimmy going. Hey, like, oh, here we go with this.
You already know.
Get up
Don't
there
throw
feeling
it.
saucy. Get up there feeling sexy, bro.
That's big sexy.
Jason Giambi told me, he's like, hey man, what you doing up there, bro? Just keep being sexy up there. I was like, all right. Why not?
What I love.
Hold on. Did he tell you do it in the leopard print thongs?
Bro. I mean,
everybody don't know that story.
Yeah, bro. Like, you probably read between the lines. Sure, I'm sure that's what it was. But no, man. But to see what Judge is doing, man, it's been so fun to watch. And Soto right there with him, man. It's been great to watch the entire season. So, CY, we want to thank you for coming on, man. We should have had you on sooner, but it is what it is.
Man,
bro.
I appreciate you guys having me, man. Anytime you guys want me to come to the 611, bro, hit me up.
Make it happen again. We want to thank all of our other guests that were able to come out, having our matchups today, guys playing
that was
manager.
Fun. It was fun.
Good because it was great to be able to see and hear the thought processes behind who they selected, why they selected them, and then who they would have oppose them. So
right, they thought they was getting off easy. I'll have this. Okay, no, that's fine.
They thought it was going to be easy. They thought it was going to be easy, but
who wins at the end? Who wins? Who wins? I think most of the time the pitcher is going to win, no doubt. If they hit their spots, they're going to win. But that's the beauty of it. It's very subjective. We don't know when special moments going to arise. But the matchups we have will definitely, if we ever get them, if we can play like I don't know what they play, PlayStation 25, I don't know, and put those matchups and bring them to reality, bro, that's a whole show in itself.
Man, I love it. Well, that's our time for the 611 podcast this go around. Make sure y'all tune in.